Hello, welcome, and thank you for tuning into Wildcast. I'm Megan Gibbs.
And I'm Ashley Freedy. Remember, you can stream our live show on Facebook from your mobile device or computer. The march against Monsanto took place before the county's administration meeting to let county officials know that they will not stop fighting. Wildcast reporter Sarah Encinas gives us the details.
They won't say what they're cooking today.
Protesters rallied before filing into the county administrators meeting to voice their opinions about Monsanto building a greenhouse in Marana. Organizers are outraged because the facility will be using genetically modified organisms for corn breeding. Since the announcement of the facility, protesters have been active and have seen what they call small victories, like Monsanto not getting any tax help from the county. But they still want their message to be clear.
The community is prepared to do everything possible to keep Monsanto from breaking ground. We completely oppose Monsanto being in Pima County.
Dozens of protesters have gathered outside of the Pima County Administration Office in hopes of getting Monsanto out of Pima County. They say this poses a risk to their environment.
Experimental chemicals in our community is totally inappropriate. We're all concerned about the air, the water, and our environment.
One local farmer says that this could put more than her crops at risk. She shares a common concern with the rest of the protesters.
It's a real danger to all of our students in schools because they can spray within 400 feet, up to 400 feet when children are present. If children are not present, they can spray the whole school.
Marana High School is located less than 2 miles away from where Monsanto is looking to break ground. They already have 3 other facilities in Arizona, but protesters want them to know they will not be welcome in Pima County. Reporting from downtown Tucson for UATV, I'm Sierra Encinas.
The UA is said to be the first West Coast Adobe Creative Campus. The university made an agreement with Adobe where students will have full access to Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Adobe Premiere Pro, Dreamweaver, and more. On top of this, the University of Arizona was donated $100,000 by Adobe. What will normally cost students a fortune is now free for all of us to use.
For the first time ever, the McGuire Entrepreneurship Program held an expo on the UA Mall to present their ideas and innovations to the public. I was able to attend and see the venture student created.
The McGuire Innovation Expo not only showcases local startups and organizations, but ventures made by 18 students like Cooper Temple within the McGuire Entrepreneurship Program.
It's been good both for the networking that you get out of it, and also just I think I really gained a lot of skills that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to develop by participating.
I'm here on the UA Mall at the McGuire Innovation Expo. The expo is a unique way for students and entrepreneurs alike to showcase their ideas to other students and anyone else who may stop by.
It's really the energy and the excitement that comes along with this. And I'm really impressed with our programs manager, Julie Forster, because she had an idea to do this showcase, and it's the first time we're doing something like this. And I think she really hit it out of the park for it being a pilot.
The director of the McGuire program, Joseph Broshak, explains how the expo goes beyond just students.
It's more than just the McGuire Entrepreneurship Program students. This is also a day to celebrate innovation across the University of Arizona campus.
Reporting from the UA Mall for UATV, I'm Ashley Freedy.
It was a little breezy and cloudy outside today, and I even got a little wet walking to the studio. But let's see with our chief meteorologist, Taylor Dayton, are the winds going to calm down at all?
They will calm down eventually. So the winds will be calming down eventually, but not until we get through this evening and overnight tonight and even tomorrow. It's looking pretty breezy. Today, though, we did see those breezy conditions, as you mentioned. And today, though, overall, a fairly average day, weather-wise speaking, here in Tucson. 70 degrees was our high temperature today, right on track with our average of 70 degrees. And as was mentioned, we saw some wind, and we saw some clouds moving in tonight, even a few sprinkles. And we'll see in our full forecast coming up next if we're going to see more rain on the way, and we'll toss that back to you guys.
Coming up next, you will hear about the Latin American Carnival and some tips to relieve your midterm stress.
Plus, you'll hear about the GPSC showcase, all that and more coming up next. You're watching Wildcast on UATV.
UATV3, now on Facebook.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Michael Hernandez.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Sarina Navarrete.
And I'm Danielle Carp.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Welcome to Wildcast.
Welcome.
And welcome.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcast.
Have you been really stressed with midterms? Here are 3 tips that will help relieve stress on your upcoming exams. Tip number 1, give your mind some space. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to take a study break. Tip number 2, make sure to get enough sleep. Sleep helps your brain to assimilate new knowledge into your long-term memory so that you can recall it when it comes to the test day. And lastly, tip number 3, break free from distractions. You probably don't even realize how many times you check Facebook and Instagram, but if you detach yourself from these distractions, it will help you achieve that midterm grade you want.
The Graduate and Professional Student Council hosted their 24th Student Showcase. The showcase gave students an opportunity to present their research projects to a variety of audiences. Wildcast reporter Paige Jones has all the details.
Last Wednesday, the Graduate and Professional Student Council hosted the largest research exhibition at the University of Arizona. 130 students, both graduate and undergraduate, showed up to the Student Research Showcase to compete for awards and present their research to their peers.
We also think of this very much as a professional development opportunity for students. There's an opportunity for them to present what their researches are to people outside of the area as well as inside the area, so they have to practice this presentation technique. But we also have opportunities for grad students and postdocs to serve as judges for undergraduates. So this is a multifold professional development event for many people.
Besides granting awards, one of the biggest things that the Student Showcase offers students is the opportunity to share their research with the rest of the Wildcat community.
I'm a nutritional sciences major, so I'm in a lot of science classes, so I don't have a lot of time to present. And so I think public speaking is one thing that I've learned from doing this. And then just also walking around and learning about other people's studies is really interesting, and I've learned a lot from doing that too.
I think that academic diversity is very valuable to the university, and I think that it's these sorts of interdisciplinary projects that bring a kind of interesting flair to an event like this. And so I felt an obligation to say, hey, I'm doing this cool research, maybe I should present it at this event.
The Student Showcase began in 1993 and has continued to grow each year. For UATV, this has been Paige Jones.
The new Brazilian initiative for the Center of Latin American Studies had a carnival on the mall, and our Wildcast reporter Allison Callan attended the event to give you all an inside look.
The Center for Latin American Studies held Carnival on the mall in honor of their new Brazil Studies initiative to reach out to the community and bring awareness about Brazilian culture.
Not a lot of people know about Brazilian culture, and it's important to be familiar with other cultures because then you learn more about your own culture. It's important to see the similarities and differences among cultures here on the U of A campus. Also, there's a lot of Brazilian students here at the U of A, so it's an important opportunity so that they can get a little bit of a taste from home.
Students at the U of A are a part of the Center of Latin American Studies and celebrate the New Brazil initiative on the mall.
I just hope they become more aware that Brazil's out there. It's incredibly diverse. And just getting the word out here, about Brazil culture, Brazil society, the dances, the music, the singing. It's something to study. It's important. They have a huge economic importance in the world. They're very strong economy, but socially, politically.
This new initiative provides students and others on campus an insight on a part of what Brazil has to give. Reporting for UATV, I'm Allison Callan.
Wildcats, I'm Chief Meteorologist Taylor Dayton here with a look at your full forecast here. As we take a look heading into tonight, we do see temperatures staying pretty mild throughout the evening. It's in the mid-60s currently, about 62 degrees, and we'll be dropping down to about 58 degrees by 10 p.m. tonight, and even by midnight, still 55 degrees. We will see those clouds moving in, and we'll see some rain showers, especially as we head into later into the night and early tomorrow morning as we take a look at your day tomorrow. 8 a.m. if you do happen to have those early morning classes tomorrow morning. Could be a little bit chilly with some rain, 51 degrees, and a 60% chance of showers tomorrow morning. As we head into the afternoon, those showers do stick around till about the lunch hour, 60 degrees around noon, and then warming up just to 62 by 4 p.m. And as we head into the later part of the day, the rain chances should start to thin out, and we should see more sunshine returning by the afternoon tomorrow. And heading into the rest of your forecast, your extended forecast here, we do see temperatures warming up nicely after the cool down we have. Wednesday, a high of 69 degrees, and the low temperature, though, Wednesday morning of 38 degrees, so it will be chilly if you're heading out to class. And then we warm up nicely for the rest of your week and into the weekend, talking 82 degrees for both Saturday and Sunday, so it should be a beautiful weekend out there. Speaking of weekends, our sports anchor, Danielle Fork, was out last weekend. A busy weekend for sports, and she's got a recap for us here.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Danielle, the UATV sports anchor, and I was in Tucson over the weekend for coverage of Arizona basketball against UCLA, as well as ESPN College GameDay. Coming up next, find out the results of Arizona baseball and softball's weekend series. So don't go away, Wildcast Sports is when we return.
UATV3, now on Facebook.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Michael Hernandez.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Sarina Navarrete. And I'm Danielle Karp.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Maxim.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Welcome to Wildcast.
Welcome.
And welcome.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcast.
Hey Wildcats, and welcome to Wildcast Sports. I'm Danielle Fork, here to talk some sports with you. It was a lively weekend in Tucson as ESPN's College Game Day came to McHale for the showdown between number 4 Arizona and number 5 UCLA. I was up early on Saturday to catch the Zona Zoo lined up for a chance to be on TV. Check it out. Arizona fans were awake early this morning in preparation for the matchup against UCLA this evening. A Running of the Bulls, U of A edition, occurred when the doors opened at 7 a.m. We're outside of McHale this morning. The Zona Zoo has been lined up, some of them in the front of the line since 11 o'clock last night, some of them later. The line goes all the way back to the library back there. The doors open this morning at 7 a.m. to let them in for the College Game Day show, which should be going on at 9 a.m. Number 4 Arizona is facing number 5 UCLA tonight. The game is at 6:15 here in Tucson. It is the last home game for Arizona, and it is also senior night for Kadeem Allen. It's going to be a huge matchup. Everybody's talking about it, and of course, College Game Day's here. So tune in and catch us on there. The Zona Zoo brought their best posters, hoping for a shot to appear on ESPN's College Game Day. This is the first game day appearance for both schools since February 21st, 2015, when Arizona defeated UCLA here in Tucson. I am here with the front row crew of the Zona Zoo. Woo! How long have you guys been out here?
Since 1 a.m., you know.
A modest 1 a.m.
Did you bring food, snacks, blankets?
Yes, all of the above. A lot of blankets. It's been very, very cold.
What made you guys want to be in the front row of this game for sure, but I guess front row of all the games?
It's a family that we build, you know. In college, you want to make those friends, you want to make a family, and with our group for the last 3-4 years, this has been our family, and this is how we bond together.
And it's a huge, huge game today, so tell me how you think the game's going to go.
You know, it's going to be tough. I think if we put the right lineup out there, we can hit them in the mouth early on. Obviously, UCLA stuff, they're going to go on some runs, so we just got to make sure that we can counter them and keep it close.
All right, well, we'll see you guys up front on TV.
Bear down.
With an atmosphere this lively at 7 a.m., fans can only imagine how McHale Center will be at tip-off tonight. Reporting to you from McHale for UATV Sports, I'm Danielle Fork. Zona Zoo had a chance to go home and nap, or whatever they do to prepare for something as big as College Game Day, before the doors opened for the matchup. This was only the 7th time in conference history that 2 Pac-12 teams ranked in the top 5 played each other. Here's the highlights. It was senior night in McHale Saturday as number 4 Arizona welcomed number 5 UCLA into town. Kadeem Allen, the team's only senior, was recognized for his outstanding effort, teamwork, and dedication for the last 4 years. His family, including his daughter Genesis, flew out from North Carolina for this emotional night. UCLA came seeking revenge in this pivotal game. This is the first time since the 2007-2008 season that 2 Pac-12 teams, both ranked in the top 5, are meeting up. The Wildcats had a strong first half and were up 43-39 at halftime. However, too many mistakes were made in the second half, allowing UCLA to take the lead. Silly turnovers, lack of rebounding, and controversial calls by the ref were just a few of the mistakes. UCLA scored 20 of their points on second chance shots. Arizona fell to the Bruins 77-72. Reporting to you from the McHale Center for the final time, I'm Danielle Ford. Women's basketball also had their final home games and senior day this weekend. Sports reporter Noah Sonnet was at Thursday's game against UCLA, and sports reporter Michael Adams caught the game Sunday against USC.
Shots were falling early and often for UCLA on Friday night. Both Nicole Cornett and Jordan Canada dropped 20 points, as the Bruins duo would prove to be too much for the Lady Cats. Senior Lauren Evans made the most of her second-to-last game in a Wildcats jersey, leading the Wildcats in minutes played with 32. The Phoenix-born guard was all over the court, doing whatever she could to keep Arizona in the game.
The women's basketball team hosted the 15th ranked UCLA Bruins Friday night at the McGuire Center, as the Lady Cats close out the regular season hosting both LA schools. Though the Arizona Wildcats will not be making the NCAA tournament this year, the team still scratching on its way through the 79-56 defeat at the hands of the Bruins.
First-year coach Anita Barnes noticed her team struggled against her opponent's physicality and height.
When I looked up and we were only down, let's say like 3 or 4, it felt like we were down 20. I just feel like we can never get things going. Their size and athleticism really bothered us. I felt that we changed our shots every time around the rim. We missed eight layups in the first half, not including block shots, just including just layups we should have made, or layups that we normally can make.
For more weekend coverage on Arizona women's basketball, we sent it over to Mike Adams.
After losing to the Bruins, Arizona's graduating class was determined to defend their home court in the finale and recorded the first 58 points of the game for the Wildcats.
Arizona's 5 seniors signed off on their Wildcat careers this past Sunday at the McHale Center with a 67-62 victory over the visiting USC Trojans.
So we just knew we didn't want to lose our last game in McHale, so we all just turned it up a notch. We started getting rebounds, blocking shots, and making baskets. So I think that's what helped us out with the win.
It's a different field, but I'm not saying this was the answer because regular night it probably wouldn't happen like that. But we were all feeling it today. We knew it was our last chance to do something, and we all wanted to do it together. Yeah. So coming out the gates, that's what we were focused on.
First-year coach Adia Barnes spoke at half-court post-game and gave a preview of what's in the future for the program.
And we just want to say thank you, and we're going to make this the best gym in the Pac-12 for women's basketball also because we need the 6-man.
For UATV, this is sports reporter Michael Adams.
Arizona baseball remains a perfect 8-0 after defeating McNeese State in a home weekend series. The Cowboys jumped out for an early lead in every game. However, the Wildcats did what they do best and erased the deficit each time to get the win. Arizona softball traveled to California to compete in the Mary Nutter Classic. They won their first 4 games before falling to top-ranked Florida State 1-0. It was a pitcher's duel between 2 stellar left-handed pitchers, Danielle O'Toole and Megan King. The only run came in the 3rd inning. Before we go, let's take a look at the upcoming sporting events going on this week. Baseball will play in an exhibition game Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock out at Hal Corbett. Softball is home all weekend facing Texas, Friday and Saturday at 6 and Sunday at 12. Arizona Gymnastics faces their rivals from Arizona State on Sunday at 1 in McHale. And if you have the chance to catch a ride up to Tempe on Saturday, men's basketball is facing the Sun Devils at 2 p.m. That's all we have for sports. Don't go anywhere because the rest of Wildcast is next when we return.
UATV3, now on Facebook.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Michael Hernandez.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Sarina Nafarrate. And I'm Danielle Karp.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Maxim.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Welcome to Wildcast.
Welcome.
And welcome.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcast.
Hello and welcome back to Wildcast. Last week we asked our viewers if they already had their spring break trips planned. 62% said yes, 23% said no, and 15% said they're in the process of planning their trip.
Not like any of us are counting, but with only 1 week and 4 days left until spring break, make sure to finalize all your plans. That concludes this week's Wildcast. Make sure to follow us on UATV CH3 and all our other social media. Thanks for tuning in and have a great week.